You are welcome back to Life Skills Technologies. In this class, I want to present the topic on mastering AutoCAD Interface. In our last class, I said that we are going to look at this topic. I gave general introduction about CAD and AutoCAD in the last class. Now I want to look at the software from the basic, and I want you to be patient in this training because from experience I've discovered that many students, they're always itching that the teacher take them quickly, go through the practical, do all sorts of things. But I want to assure you that if you understand all these introductory aspects, by the time we get to practicals, you'll be more comfortable with the software. So take your time and learn all you need to learn in this class. Now let's look at the AutoCAD interface. When you open AutoCAD, a window will appear. It depends on whether you open AutoCAD in 3D modeling, AutoCAD Classic, or drafting and annotation workspace. Now these three things, we call them workspaces. And by default, AutoCAD opens with drafting and annotation workspace. Now it is a workspace that includes what we call ribbons and two panels. Now to be practical enough, now let's see the interface here. Now this is the AutoCAD interface. From the screen, you could see that there are so many buttons, and this mode we call it drafting and annotation workspace. Now, what do we mean by workspace? Like I said, we have three workspaces to start with: 3D modeling, AutoCAD Classic, and drafting and annotation. It depends on the version of AutoCAD that you have on your system. Now, let's look at it, practically. If you go to Start menu on your system, go to Start menu. I have AutoCAD in my Start menu here, but if it is not there, you can go to All Programs. Go to All Programs in the Start menu, then try to locate Autodesk. So we have Autodesk here. Expand the Autodesk folder, then look for the AutoCAD. The year will be written after it, maybe AutoCAD 2013 or 2015 or 2017. So try to find the one that bears AutoCAD and the year that follows, English. So when you locate it, just click on it. Another way to do that, if you have it on your desktop, immediately you finish installing AutoCAD, then you have it on your desktop. Like here, you can see that I have AutoCAD 2013 English on my desktop here. Okay. Now, so that is AutoCAD. A dialog comes up there. It depends on your installation. You may not have that in your home. So while my AutoCAD is installing, is opening. Now you see that when you open AutoCAD, the workspace that appears to you depends on how you have configured it. So by default, if you're opening AutoCAD for the first time, you may have drafting and annotation. We have 3D modeling, we have classic, and the rest too. So now this is AutoCAD. This is the interface. Now this is drafting and annotation workspace. How do I know that? Please, I want you to follow through, follow my mouse. Look at my mouse moving. Now, if I bring my mouse to the bottom right hand corner, there is a button that says workspace switching. Now, let me tell you this. Any button that you don't know what it does, just put your mouse on it for 2 seconds. The name will appear, and after 1 more seconds, the details will also appear. Look at this, for example, letter A, multi-line text. After 1 more seconds, it gives explanation of what it does. Now on the bottom right hand corner here, there is a button called Workspace Switch, like a sprocket. The button looks like a sprocket. When you click on it, then you will see the workspace I'm talking about. We have drafting and annotation. We have 3D basics. We have 3D modeling. We have AutoCAD classes. So by default, what we open onto you when you launch AutoCAD is drafting and annotation. So that is what we are saying. That's what we are saying there. So that's what we are saying. So when AutoCAD is opened, a window appears, and that window will show the drafting and annotation workspace. So let's look at the workspace. Now, here we have the quick access bar. We have the two panels. We have the ribbons. Then we have the info center. We have the drawing area. We have the command palette. Command palette. We have the UCS icon. We have the coordinate in status bar. Okay. Now let me launch AutoCAD to show you that. Okay. Look at my mouse. All these buttons, like paper, like folder, like a diskette. This area we call it quick access bar. This is the quick access bar, including this. Yeah, this is the title bar that bears the name of the software and the file you are working on currently. The file I'm working on, we call it drawing1, drawing1.dwg. Now, what does it mean? It means I'm using AutoCAD version 2013, and I've opened drawing1 until I save it. If I come to this application button here, it is then, if I save it, I can give it a name. I can call it Ajewole or Peter.dwg. What is the meaning of DWG? It means drawing file. The file extension for AutoCAD is DWG. If you are working in Microsoft Word, for example, this is Microsoft Word. If you are working in Microsoft Word, the file extension for Microsoft Word, we call it DOCX. For PowerPoint, it is PPTX. For CorelDRAW, it is CDR. But for AutoCAD, it is DWG, which means drawing. So anywhere you see a file that ends with .dwg, you will know that it is AutoCAD file. Now, going back to our presentation, say this is the quick access bar. This is the two palettes. Then we have the ribbons, maximize button, minimize button. Now, coming here, you have already seen the quick access bar. You have already seen the title bar. We have title bar. We have the close button. We have the information center. This is the information center where you can search for anything. You can sign it to Autodesk 360. Autodesk 360 is a service. It's Autodesk service that allows you to connect your drawing with the online version. There is a mobile version of AutoCAD. We call it Autodesk 360. So this information center gives you access to the mobile version of your AutoCAD. Now, what we are saying here, this first horizontal bar, I've tried to explain that. So the next thing here in the first horizontal bar, the next thing here is what we call application button. This letter here, when you expand it, you still have some functionalities like new, open, save as, export, publish, print, draw utilities, and so on. This gives you access. It gives you access to the tools that we have in the quick access bar. I call this one quick access bar. So when you click on this application button, you still have the same thing. Then you also have your recent document. Your recent document that you'll be working on. You can also go to options. You will soon come here. We are still going to come here later. You can exit this software by clicking on the exit button here. Then, back to our presentation there. Then we have the drawing area. We have the UCS icon, command palette, and so on. Now, like I told you, this is a practical course. It's a practical course that has to be explained practically. Now let me try to show you each of the interface. Now before that, I need to show you something. The next bar, we call it menu tabs or menu bars. It consists of tab. Now I don't know whether you have known what we mean by tab, but when you click on Home tab, you see some tools showing. This large area, look at my mouse, I'm using my mouse to trace it. This large area, we call it ribbons. So the ribbons is a collection of tools that you will need to make your drawing. And the ribbons are also divided into panels. You can see we have draw panel, we have modify panel, we have layers panel, we have annotation panel, block panel, properties panel, group, utilities, clipboard. It depends on the version of AutoCAD you are using, and it also depends on your workspace. Now let me stress this because many students, they get confused. They wonder that what I'm looking at is not the same with their home. Now in order to do that, let's come to the bottom here, the other one I was talking about, this workspace switching. When you click on it,